Hi everyone, Boomer here for Dream Giveaway Garage. And today we're going to be discussing the half of the grand prize for the 2021 Dream Giveaway Mustang. So, of course, this is the 2021 Mustang Mach 1, the brand new one. The other half of this is the 1969 428 Mach 1 with the 4-speed. So, but today we're going to do this one. So, this is the 21 Mach 1, the 6-speed in it rather, and we're going to talk about all that, so let's get moving. All right, starting up here at the front of the car, you can see this has got a special front spoiler on here, really neat looking. But the other thing you notice up here, of course, are the grille lights. Ford, when they previewed these cars, you know, some had lights in them and some didn't have lights in them, but when these things finally came out, they did not have lights in the grille. Now, I want to tell you, this is car number 10. This is the 10th car off the factory line. So it is a very early car, and maybe Ford will start putting these lights in here somewhere down the line. But I'll tell you, this is a really neat thing that we've done here. Cut the back of this thing, the panels came out of the back, put the lights in. Our friends over at Starkey Products helped us with the wiring. They gave us a wiring package for this. Wires right into a factory headlight switch. So where your headlight switch is on these Mach 1s, you just push the little button and these things will light up. Really neat. So here, before I pop the hood, of course you can see the shaker scoop coming through here. And of course we wrap this hood in a satin black, beautiful satin black. Wrap the vents in satin black. There's your shaker scoop, and it does move around a little bit. You know, this is like the 69 Mustang shaker scoop, where it rocks back and forth. This motor's got a lot less play in it, folks, so it doesn't move around like the 69, but it does move around a little bit. The guys at Classic Design Concepts did a great job with this, and I will tell you, this is the prototype. This is the first one that has been put on commercially outside of Classic Design Concepts. So we'd really like to thank the guys over there. This was a really neat kit. It went in really easily. Everything worked the way it was supposed to. And like I've told you before, this is functional. So you do have, this is open. There is an air inlet here. It comes out, comes in, and it actually goes right into your air box. And of course your air box seals up under here with this. So you are taking cold air from the outside and you're ramming it down into that intake, which is really neat. And it works really well. Of course, up under the hood, underneath that nice shaker scoop, you do have the 5-liter. This is the 5.0. And it is mated to a Tremec T56 6-speed manual. Now, you know, of course, the 5.2 was the big boy that was in the Shelby, the GT 500s, and now the GT3, the 350s, and now the 500s. This being the 5.0, it still makes more horsepower than a regular 5.0. This has got a lot of goodies in it. It's got the GT 350 intake. It's got the GT 350's throttle body. It's got the GT 350's cooling, some of the cooling parts in there to help keep this motor running a little bit cooler. And it does make 480 horsepower. And I will tell you that after driving this car, I believe that's underrated just a little bit. I'm thinking this car probably makes a little bit more than that, or at least it sure does feel like it. And I'll tell you what, underneath the hood, beautiful car. You do have the strut tower brace, even though that the shaker scoop's covering up just a little bit now. But man, I'll tell you what, this looks really nice under here. Everything fits. Everything is of really good quality. There's even a little drain hole in there that drains out down to the bottom, so when it rains, you don't get water pooling up in there. All right, I'll tell you folks, I'm excited about this car. I think it just looks badass. I mean, you know, with the blacked out hood running down the body lines, and then when you get to the side of it, just to see the other things that have been done. Of course, the big one, front and rear, are these 19-inch forged line wheels, beautiful in gold. And of course, we are running 275/35 Continentals up front, 275/35 20s, and then we're running big boy 305 30 20s in the rear. So there's a lot of meat back there on those Continental tires, and that's to hold down all that horsepower that this thing is putting down. Of course, front and rear, you do have the Brembo brakes. You've got 4-piston front, 6-piston rear. Thing stops on a dime. Really, really cool. Now, the other thing you're going to notice is this beautiful Mach 1 stripe. And if it looks familiar to you, it should. This is the exact same stripe that comes on the 69 Mach 1s. So what we did was we had these special ordered. We had them lengthened so that they would actually fit this body style, and then we installed them on the side of the car. Of course, you remember there's usually a Mach 1 right here, but we had those removed, and now it's just the Mach 1 stripe on the side. I mean, it cleans the side of this car up. It looks so good. And I will tell you, this car has not been lowered, but with the 20s on here and these beautiful Continental tires, it makes it look like the car's been lowered. The car looks fantastic. Of course, you've got your blacked out mirrors, and they are power, and we have gone ahead and tinted the windows in this car to give it that sleek look. And I will tell you, anytime you tint a window in a car, it really tends to bring that roof line down or give it the appearance of coming down. So it makes this thing look really, really sleek. I mean, it looks fast standing still. All right, back of this car to me is just as beautiful as the front. I love the classic tail lights, of course, the wide back here with the Mach 1 on it. And of course, as you can see, it does have this little spoiler on it. And then we've put the Mach 1 stripe on the tail back here, the same one, obviously, that comes on the 69 as well. So it gives it kind of that 69 all-around look. Of course, this one does have the quad tips on it as well, 2 on each side. You got your brake light down low there. The trunk itself on these cars, nice and big. I mean, there's a lot of room back here. There is a subwoofer in here, and of course, also in the trunk for whoever wins this beautiful car and its sister 69 is the Mach 1 owner's kit. There's a unique owner's kit in here with letters to the owner from Ford Motor Company. Talks about a whole bunch of different stuff, and I think you're really gonna enjoy that. So there we go. That's the tail end of this car. So let's move inside and take a look at the interior. Okay, love, love, love the inside of this new Mach 1. Very, very cool. This thing is black on black. I mean, you've got these beautiful black Recaro seats. They are manual. They're on sliders back and forth, and then you can adjust the backs up and down, but they are super, super supportive. And you need that if you're going to be running this car. If you're going to run it in autocross, or you're going to drag race it, or you're just going to drive it around daily, it's still amazing to get the support out of these Recaros. All right, of course, there's your Tremec 6-speed manual transmission, exact same one that comes in the GT350. Does have the short throw shifter in it. Man, I tell you what, this thing shifts amazing, and I do mean amazing. Let me drop that down so it's a little bit easier to see here. All right, gauges. Everything is right in front of you. Tach on the left, speedometer on the right. You got your pop-ups in the middle there that you can select what you want. All of this is changeable. And of course, here is your function switch here, your modes, and you can flip through the modes. There's normal, sport, there's sport plus, there's track, and I think there's, let's see what else we got here. There's drag, okay? And every time you change this, what you get is you get your display changes up. So whether you're track driving or where you're drag strip racing, when you hit that switch, it sets the car up for what that is, and it's really, really neat. Of course, this does have the shift light built into the dash up here, and you can control all of that. Your controls on your steering wheel are really, really neat. That's for your set up your modes. This is for your music. You got one for nav. You got one to do your phone and stuff. This is all cruise control over here. This is radio and navigate through some of your screens up here. And of course, you do have your 2 gauges up here, just like in the GT350. One is an oil pressure gauge, and the other one is a vacuum gauge. All right, over here in the center, you've got your infotainment system, and I'll go home over here. You've got, of course, satellite radio in here. You've got regular radio. There's your climate control. That controls your phone. There's your navigation. The navigation in here is voice activated. It's got one for apps, and then of course you can get into all of your settings. Of course, down here is your air conditioning control, and then you've got your flashers, and you've got your traction control on and off. And this is to change the steering wheel. There's let's see modes in here. It's not gonna let me do it right now because it's not running, but basically you've got track, and I think you've got normal, and you've got a touring mode that lightens it up a little more, so it's not as hard to steer. And I would tell you the stereo in this thing is absolutely booming. It really puts out great sound. Over here, of course, there's your Mach 1 badge. This is chassis number M0516, and like I said, this was car number 10 off the production line. So this is a very early car. And remember, car number 1 sold for $500,000. And while this is not car number 1, it is car number 10. This is a one-of-a-kind, very unique Mach 1. Now, they're probably not going to make a whole lot of Mach 1s. I don't know if they're going to extend this through another model year or not. We don't know yet. This could very well end up being a really neat collector car. And of course, this one with that really cool shaker hood up there from Classic Design Concepts, with the cool lights in the grill that the guys at Starkey helped us out with. And while we're speaking of that, there's your switch, your light switch is right there, and it works off just the regular fog light switch. So there's no other switches in here. It all looks super stock. Just an amazing package. But I tell you what, I know what you guys have been waiting for, so let me go ahead and start this thing up for you and let you hear it. There we go. Oh yeah. Like I said, it's a 5-liter, 480 horse, dual exhaust, quad tip, sounds absolutely amazing. So let me put this up. There we go. Now we're in drag mode, snow mode. Let me just put it in sport. Let's see. There we go. Oh yeah. And I will tell you folks, it runs and drives as great as it sounds. You cannot go wrong. And of course, the shifter is super short, super smooth, just a neat package. All right, folks, I hope you enjoyed the review today of this beautiful 21 Mustang Mach 1. I'd like to thank again our partners in this, Continental Tires, Classic Design Concepts for the hood scoop, Starkey Products for all the wiring for the grill and light setup, and of course our friends over at Forge Line Wheels for providing those beautiful Forge Line wheels that are on here. So if you want to get a piece of this, go to www.dreamgiveaway.com, make that donation to charity, and you'll be in it to win it. And of course, as always, we're going to pay $35,000 to the federal government to pay the taxes, because you get not only this beautiful 21 Mustang, you also get that 69 Mustang Mach 1 428 4-speed car. So remember, go to www.dreamgiveaway.com, and I'll see you next time in the Dream Giveaway Garage.